All right, guys, back from Expo. Didn't get one of these eBay videos done last week. My apologies, but we're back. This one might be a little bit longer, but I'm going to try and keep it quick, guys. It's November 13th, 2024. My name is Jeremy Lee, Sports Cards Live. We're going to look at some items that ended on eBay over the last couple of weeks with my thoughts. And we are going to start right now with this Saku Koivu second. Now, this is the second year Upper Deck put jersey cards into the packs of their flagship product. I love these. I collect them, and this is mine. I bought this. See, it says best offer accepted. That was accepted. My offer that was accepted, and it arrived just before Expo. I took it with me, and that has already been submitted to PSA to be graded to go along with the rest of my cards from the set, which are in that showcase right over there behind me. And speaking of behind me, check out this here. Hold on a second, guys. We gotta do this for a moment. I want to share something really quick with you guys. Check out this right here, right there. That Teemu Selanne Hall of Fame plaque replica with a Teemu autograph that was gifted to me by Johnny from Mint Inc. Very grateful for Johnny for that new piece of the office, the studio. Anyway, back to the Koivu. I got it. It's going to go with the rest of my cards in the set. Love it, and got it for what I think was a pretty fair price. I think 90 Canadian. All right, here's the Gretzky from that set. I need this card. I didn't buy this. Sells for $2,025. This is his first jersey card, pack pull jersey card, and I still need one. If anyone has one, let me know. 2024 US, 28 and a quarter Canadian. That's a lot of money for a Gretzky jersey card, but I still want one. All right, also from the same set, this one was sold. It is a Brendan Shanahan. It's a PSA 6, 81 US, not bad at all. And here's a first-year Upper Deck jersey card of John Van Beesbrook. Sells for $304. It's a two-color. You can see the yellow and the red. These are really tough. Any of these early jersey cards in two colors are really tough, highly desirable. And I have the whole set except for the Van Beesbrook. It was pried out of my hands earlier this year, and I do need another one. I should have bought that one. I didn't, but I don't need the two color. I will wait for a one color and maybe save myself the premium. I just like owning those cards. Back to the second year, Patrick Waugh. He actually has two cards in the second year set. He's the only player with two different unautographed cards, and this is one of them. I have the other one. I don't have this one, but 510 US. I kind of think, maybe I'm good with just one Waugh card from the set. First year Steve Yzerman in a PSA Authentic holder sells for $630 USD, 875 or so Canadian. Nice card. Now we're going to move into, and again, I'm watching these because, I own them. I'm curious what they're doing. I love them. To me, they are super important, super special because they are the first 2 years of jersey cards. And oftentimes, well, who cares about the second year? It's just the first year. Well, here's why I like the second year, because there's no repeats. There's nobody that had a jersey card in 96 that also has a jersey card in 97. How cool is that? So you want all the stars of the 90s and you want their first jersey cards, you got to get the first 2 years. And that's what I'm doing. I love them. Anyway, okay, back. We got a bunch of cool Crosby cards now. This is a 2019 Splendor auto patch out of 36. It is graded a 9 on the card, 10 on the auto. Beautiful three-color patch. Sells for 812 Canadian on Slab Sharks. And if you are interested in selling your cards on Slab Sharks, hit me up. Reach out to me directly, and I can be your affiliate, your point of contact, even give you some advice and even some advisory services. I'm happy to do it. Reach out to me and let me know. All right, here's another Crosby that was sold on Slab Sharks. This is a exquisite endorsement relics out of 25 with a really sweet patch. Look at that patch. Beautiful blue auto. Numbered 7/25. BGS 9 sells for $13.25 Canadian. And then we had this one. Now, this is a scripted swatches. These are my least favorite of the cup auto patches because the autographs, they just don't show as well in almost all cases. There's a few where they do, but look, it's still a cool card. It's still a game used patch with an autograph. And as my friend Michael once said to me, it's kind of like having an autographed jersey and a card. And that resonated with me, but I want to make sure the jersey, the auto is awesome. In any event, this one sells for $512, but if you look now, it's been relisted. So I guess the buyer didn't buy it, didn't pay for it. It was relisted. Slab Sharks gives you 4 business days to pay, and then they relist. And that's what must have happened here. But let's just go back to this and just have a look at the bids and see if we can see anything on the. So the winning bidder has 4 feedback. I mean, I'm not going to say for sure, but could be a shill job by the person who consigned it. Have no idea what happened there, but it wasn't paid and it did get relisted. All right, let's keep on going. Here is a beautiful limited auto material Crosby from SP Authentic 2018, PSA 9 on the card, 10 on the auto. I love SP Authentic limited auto patches. I just picked up a beautiful Austin Matthews at the Expo for myself, but I love them because the best players are always, SP'd or SSP to 25 or 10. In this case, SSP to 10. On-card autos, game use memorabilia, beautiful clean designs, great card, $867 Canadian on this one. Great value right there. Here's a Crosby Emblems of Endorsements from 2013, the Cup, with just a gorgeous card. Great. Crosby's auto was awesome. Even pressure applied throughout usually. Nice 3-color patch on the right, 2-color on the left. Is $1275 Canadian. Gorgeous, gorgeous card. And then here is a Crosby. Now here's the Future Watch auto patch. Beautiful card. Now the patch is okay. It's not my favorite, but hey, it's a 2-color with some interesting features to it. And great auto, BGS 8.5, sells for $6,576. And it's basically an RPA, as for all intents and purposes. All right, next up we have a 2022 Cup base variation out of 8. It's a patch. I love these. These are what I collect. You guys know what I got, over 400 of them. This one, the seller was asking $600 Canadian or best offer, and they end up accepting 500 Canadian for it. Listen, I think it's too much. I have lots of these. There's not even any yellow in this patch, but that's what the current product is doing. To me, this is worth about maybe $300. But in any event, great card. Nice to see these cards getting some love out there. Here is an honorable numbers from 2019, guys. Look at the price on this one, $3,450. But look at the card. It's from 2019. It's really pretty. It's got a great on-card auto, but numbered of only 7 copies, and both patches are 3 colors. Great card. $3,450 is what the final bid ends up being. And then you have the Crosby Stick and Move numbered out of 5 from the Cup. I think they only did this one time in 2021, the Cup. Pretty cool card. Nice stick piece right there. 4 of 5 right there. On card auto sells for $997. We just like patches more than sticks. I think that's the bottom line in this hobby. All right, next up are some limited logo Crosbys. Now, again, this is a great auto, numbered out of 10, 2019 Cup, sells for $3,306 on Slab Sharks. Beautiful patch. I was surprised that these next few cards went so high, but people are understanding that Crosby is the GOAT of the century so far. He is no doubt the GOAT. Then this card from 2018, limited logos out of 10, sells for $3,850. $3,850. And then finally from 2020, limited logos out of 10 sells for $3,250. Sidney Crosby, great autos all the way through. All right, this is a Fleer Retro Ultra Stars Gold Alex Ovechkin PSA 10, sells for 330 Canadian dollars. And I'm not sure what the population is. I should have had that ready to go, but I'm going to check that really quickly right now in the PSA app by typing in the cert number into the app and hitting verify. And let's see what the pop is, because 330 Canadian, it's a 10. It's a pop 10. That's pretty low, I would say. The card is already 12 years old, and it's a pop 10 out of 15 submissions. So 66% gem rate on that. Beautiful card, though. Here's a Connor Hellebuck Cup base patch auto variation, numbered out of 8, sells for $186 Canadian. Great patch, great auto, nice card, and the Jets are 15-1. They are breaking all sorts of records this season so far. Here's an NHL collection, Alexis Lafreniere. I love the looks of the NHL collections. Lafreniere is getting some respect finally after, huge respect before he sets foot on the ice. Then he doesn't perform, they crash. Now he's actually starting to come around. 570 Canadian on this beautiful Lafreniere NHL collection. Really sweet piece. Now look at that, emblems of endorsed. Look at those patches. Come on. Beautiful. Patrick Kane, great paint pen auto right there. Number 10 of 15 on card auto. Sells for 510 Canadian. I thought this one I wasn't sure. I could have seen it selling for anywhere from about 450 to 750 Canadian. Came in sort of at the lower end of that at 510, but he's got several emblems of endorsements over the years already. And here is a dual auto ticket booklet. These are cool. I don't collect patch cards. I collect tons of patch cards. I don't collect booklet cards. I find them hard to display, hard to transport and all that, but some of them are just spectacular. And this is one of them. Really cool. And look, you're getting a Hasek auto and a Patrick Waugh auto, all-star card, all-star ticket, just beautiful. Sells for $945. Seems like good value to me right there. Here's a dual auto patch signature materials from the cup of Steven Stamkos and Andrei Vasilevsky, and it sells for $372 Canadian. Now, to me, it's only out of 5. That is criminally low, but I think it's because Stamkos is no longer on Tampa. If he was, this card could have sold for double. I would think it's awesome, and I love dual auto patches. They're kind of one of my new things I'm chasing. All right, Connor McDavid, cup base patch variation with an auto numbered out of 8. Nice 3-color patch right there. Beautiful on-card auto. Sells for $1,600 Canadian, and I love those cards just so much. Here's another Vasilevsky card. This is a tribute, the 2012 tribute design, but it came out in 2018. Nice. Look at the patch. I mean, you're getting Tampa Bay Lightning letters, likely the NG from Lightning right there. Only 10 produced. Vasilevsky, perennial Vezina, Stanley Cup winner, $256 Canadian. Cheap. Just doesn't get the love. Here's a Gretzky Young Guns flashback PSA 10. This came out in 2001, and I believe it's the first Young Guns flashback that he has. They made them in a couple years. I think this is the first one. I think it's a really cool card. Sells for $441 Canadian. Seems like good value to me right there. And then we had a couple of these Bedard Artifact Signature Apparel rookie patch autos. Now, he's pictured in Team Canada, of course. This is from Artifacts. They're just gorgeous cards. So there were 2 of them. This one sells for $13.75 Canadian, and this one gets $14.25. Now, this one isn't quite as nice as this one. I think the red really pops on this copy, whereas here you are without the red. Maybe there's a little bit tucked down in the bottom right corner, but you do have this gold as well, so you may be getting the extra color. This is a 3-color here, and this, I think you could argue, is a 4-color, red, gold, black, and white. So maybe because of that, it sells for a tad more, although I think that's a nicer card overall. Maybe the people who missed out on that one then went over here and bid this one up a little bit. But in any event, they sell for $50 different, $50 apart. No big deal there. Second year Outburst Red, Connor McDavid, numbered out of 25, sells for $405. These are really cool cards, these Outburst Reds. Love it. $405 Canadian on Slab Sharks. And then this is the enigma of the month. This is something that makes me think that the hobby is out of their mind, or maybe it's just Habs collectors. I don't know. No offense, but this is a 2024 Young Guns Gold Outburst 101 Lane Hutson, Montreal Canadiens. He's a defenseman. It's not all that good. I mean, I've seen him play. He's not great. So is his 101 Outburst worth $18,825 on 50 bids? I don't know. I'm going to go out on a limb and say absolutely not. This card, in my estimation, I mean, is it $1,000 card down the road? Yeah, I don't know. You kind of have to hate money to put 18.8 into this card. I hope maybe he'll prove me wrong and he'll become a perennial Norris Trophy winner and lead the team, lead the Habs to Stanley Cup. Maybe they put a C on his chest. Who knows? In that case, maybe it's worth, $15,000. Who knows? But this is a head shaker. I don't even know if it got paid. Hope it did. And whoever bought it, I wish you the best with your investment into this card. But I don't know how you're ever going to not lose at least like $15,000 on that. But enjoy owning it. All right, Jake Sanderson, monumental patch, nice big chunky patch on the monumental here. Sells for $1,275 Canadian. I have a feeling this was offered as a buy it now for like $6,000, but the player's just not worth it. The team doesn't get a lot of love. They do in Ottawa and from our good friend Phil, but that's about it. $12.75 on that one. Here's a Mark Messier NHL Glory Auto Metal Shield. Sells for 255 Canadian. I think that's super cheap for that card. 255 Canadian on that. This is a fun one. You know, Keith Tkachuk in his original Winnipeg Jets uniform before wearing the Captain C. This is from Stature. It's a dignified memorabilia 101 purple. Pretty cool card. Cool patch. You got the eyelet right there. Really neat piece. Sells for 380 Canadian. And Keith Tkachuk just doesn't really get a ton of hobby. He has a couple collectors, but not a lot. And 380, I think, is right where it should have been. But a cool card. Here is a second-year Outburst Gold, Yegor Sharangovich. Sells for 170 Canadian. I think that's right about where it should be. You know, I just dropped him in my fantasy. He plays for my Flames. We love him here. He's got a ton of charisma. Fun guy to have on the team and a great player. But, you know, he's not that great. And 170 seems about right on that. Here's a second year of the Cup, signature patches Patrick Waugh. Goes for 330, which might be a little cheap if there was some red in there, or if maybe it was a Montreal Canadiens patch with him pictured in the Canadiens instead of an Avalanche patch. Maybe it would have gone for more, but look at that auto. Gorgeous, gorgeous, bright, shiny blue auto on that. Sells for 330 Canadian. A little bit too low in my opinion. But here's a Young Guns Renewed Sidney Crosby High Gloss, numbered out of 10, if you can see it right there behind all the fancy design. Sells for $2,550. I mean, that's a lot of dough for what is in essence a almost 20th year card, but it is the Young Guns Renewed. It's the first time they've done it. They're really cool. Shout out to Luke the Cardist for providing the artwork on these. He's a great artist. And $2,550 on the Crosby Young Gun Renewed out of 10. Johnny Gaudreau, limited logos. Rest in peace, Johnny. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, non-autoed out of 50. Sells for, I believe, $200. And here's a really nice, now I say really nice, the patch is really nice. I'm not too sure about the artwork. I like these rendition relics, but I'm still not sure how much. 202 USD, 280 Canadian on this. Really cool. Only 5 made. They're cool. I toyed with the idea of picking up some of these. I never did. We'll see what happens in the future. Second year O-Pee-Chee Platinum Golden Treasure 101 Shane Wright. So not his rookie Golden Treasure, but his second year. 224 Canadian. I think that's perfect. That makes a lot of sense to me. And hopefully he becomes a stud. Dale Hawerchuk, SP Signature Edition, all-time Future Watch Auto, does 202 USD, 280 Canadian on ComC Auctions, 22.99. Unfortunately, Dale Hawerchuk passed away before the set was made, so his autos on these cards are stickers. Nonetheless, cool card, 202. Rest in peace, Dale. This is just cheap. Crosby Flair Showcase Blue Ice, numbered out of 99, PSA 10 Pop 2, basically $100. Now, what happened here? Ended because of an error. The guy must have sold it. Too cheap. Too cheap right there. These are awesome. I love the 03 Bowman Chrome Gold Refractors. I have a couple in my collection. There were 2 offered by this seller. A Saku Koivu sells for 116 Canadian, and a Dominic Hasek sells for 648 Canadian. I would have loved to have bought both, but the Hasek got too expensive on me at 650 Canadian. I just don't want it that badly. And he's pictured on Detroit, not my favorite team for him to have. I do prefer Buffalo or Chicago for Hasek. And then the Saku Koivu, I really wanted it and I would have bought it, but my buddy Mitch needed it for his set. He's working on the set, and I checked in with him first. Said, "Hey, do you need either of these?" He said, "Yeah, I need the Koivu, but I already have the Hasek." I said, "All right, I won't bid and drive you up." So I didn't. Left it for him. Didn't cost him any more money, and I hope he ended up winning it. I don't actually know if he did yet, but I gotta think he did. Connor Bedard, SP Authentic Future Watch Auto. Here we have it. Sells for $7,655. And it's a lot of dough, but, he is the talk of the town, talk of the league, talk of the hobby, and he a pretty cool auto. It's kind of messy, but it's still pretty cool. I like the way he signs. 7,655 Canadian on a raw Connor Bedard SP Authentic Future Watch Auto. Here's a, I think Blow did really good on this one. Blow Collectible Store. Anze Kopitar. Limited logos. Now it is out of 25. It's an SP out of 25. 560 Canadian. That's a lot. That's more than I was expecting. I could have seen this sell for about 350. So maybe there's a bit of a bidding war on this one. Not exactly sure, but yeah, it looks legit from the feedback bidders there. Anyway, cool card right there. Now, Bo Sports Cards had this one available on eBay, and he also had it at the Expo. I know he sold it at the Expo. Someone showed it and said, my favorite pickup from the Expo. I forget who it was, but really, really cool dual auto patch from Upper Deck Ultimate 2004 of Gretzky and Curry. What a piece. 10 of 10, 2,200 right there was a great price on it. And I know it did change hands. Another card that I saw, this one I believe probably got sold at Expo. I saw it at the Expo. I wasn't willing to pay the price. I do collect Solani, but this isn't a card that really fits into my Solani collection, so I let it go. But really cool. Artifacts always has some beautiful cards, just some neat different concepts that they put into Artifacts. Here is the Cup Sepia Signature Auto, Connor McDavid, out of 35, numbered 1 of 35 in this case. Nice 3-color patch right there. Great autograph. Seller was asking 1,097 Canadian or best offer, and they end up accepting right here in this one 940. That worked out to about 940 Canadian on the card, just so you can see there. Another one has since sold for 1,005. Card Ladder, great resource to look at historical sales. All right, back to Kopitar. 2007 Cup, 1 of 1, black base, sells for 500 US, 700 Canadian on 19 bids. Third-year Cup, really cool. I love the 1-on-1 base black cards from Cup, and I just want to see what this would sell for. I think it did very fair there at about 700 Canadian. Eric Lindros, 2012 Fleer Retro, Essential Credentials Future, numbered out of 35, PSA 9, sells on 2 bids. This seller started their auction really high. I think they would have done better if they started the auction lower, because this got 420 Canadian, 300 US. I think it could have gone for quite a bit more than that, or maybe not. Maybe 15%, 20% more if they would have started on bids. Here is that Jerome McGinley limited logos, sells for 225 US, 313 Canadian. That's just about right to me on that card. And don't look at a lot of Cup RPAs really, but this is just a really cool patch. Kent Johnson, numbered out of 99, sells for 660 Canadian. I think that's right. I think that's about right for now. He's good. He's not great. We'll see what he ends up doing. Next up, Jonathan Taves, Upper Deck Young Gun exclusives out of 100, sells for 450 US, 626 Canadian. That's, it's fair, right? It's fair. There's 100 of them. But I want to make a comparison to what's going on with the Connor Bedard Young Gun exclusive. So keep in mind, Jonathan Taves sells for 450 US, 625 Canadian. And here is what Connor Bedards are selling for. 8,200, 8,100, 7,500. Let's resort here by date sold. Is that the right way? There we go. Yeah. Date sold. Last one sold for $4,100. This one is different. These are all other cards. 5,850 on this one over here. 4,000 here. So basically what we're seeing is that a Connor Bedard Young Gun exclusives is selling right now for 10 times what a Jonathan Taves sells for. Jonathan Taves is a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He's got 3 Stanley Cups, Captain Canada. He has been, it just goes to show how the hobby puts so much value into what a player might do versus what they have done. That to me is just ass backwards. Sorry for the slight curse there, but it's just backwards. But that's the way the hobby is run. And if you can really digest this information, you have the opportunity to be a very savvy collector/investor in sports cards. All right. Gorgeous Cale Makar rookie patch auto gold from the Cup out of 12. Great 3-color patch, beautiful auto, sells for $7,150. I mean, at least Cale Makar has a Cup, a Norris Trophy, a Conn Smythe Trophy. I mean, the guy's lit it up early in his career. $7,150 on the Makar Cup gold. And then from the same rookie year is his NHL collection out of 35, sells for $1,025. Great card right there. Great value in some of these non-RPA rookie patch autos. Non-rookie card patch autos that are still rookie year patch autos like this one. You get this for a seventh of the price of his RPA. Gold out of 12. This one's out of 35, and it's still beautiful. Not saying that you should go for that over the gold RPA. I'm just saying there's a value in non-true rookie, but yet rookie year patch autos. Outburst Red Artemi Panarin PSA 9 out of 25. Sells for 90. Look at that. Beautiful color match. If you're a Rangers fan or a Panarin fan, how do you not want to own this card for a measly 90 Canadian? So cool right there. Alex Ovechkin, guys, I mean, I've been back and forth. Is he going to break the record? He's on a heater right now. He's closing in. He's on pace to do it before the end of the season. Will he keep up that pace? I don't know. But this is a beautiful three-color patch auto from SP Authentic. It's called UD Authentics, 25 made on card. $960. Great looking card right there. Now we had a series of these National Treasures Buried Treasure auto sell last week on eBay here, all by the same seller, Savage Cards. And I was watching them because I used to have this whole set, and I've since sold the whole set one card at a time. And I want to see how they sold. And I must say that I was disappointed in their sales. I think one of the problems might be that these all sold on Thursday night during the Sports Cards Live networking event at Expo. And I'll be honest, I was going to put in some bids and I forgot because I thought they were going too cheap. I was distracted, obviously, hosting the event. Thursday night of Expo, I just don't know how these cards would have done otherwise, but the Steve Yzerman out of 5 goes for $1,526. In my mind, this is a $3,000 card. And I sold mine for closer to $3,000 than I did $1,526. How about a Mark Messier, also out of 5, sells for $571. I think I got about $1,500 when I sold mine back in like September. So on the one hand, I feel a little bit weird towards the buyer of these cards for me, but it's not my fault that people didn't come out and bid on them the next time. But at the same time, I feel good for the buyer of these. They got a great deal on these cards. Let's keep on going. The Gordie Howe, out of 5. This is a Grail Gordie Howe card. It sells for $2,480. I sold mine for a lot more than that. And to me, this is an absolute steal. People were asleep at the wheel, or it's because it was the Thursday night of Expo. I don't know what happened. Bad timing to sell it maybe. But this card sells for what I think is about 30 to 40% of what I know they've sold for before. So somebody stole this. Great timing on the buyer of that card. Ron Francis goes for $151. A buddy of mine at Expo, I said, did you see what the Francis sold for last night? He goes, no, I didn't even see it. I said, sold for like $150. He goes, oh, dude, I would have bid a lot more. Like he was willing to spend up to $500 on this card. Sometimes comps don't tell the whole story, guys. That's really interesting. Ed Belfour gets $242. I think I sold mine at the Edmonton Expo way back for about $500 or $600. So these cars just did not perform well. But look at the Martin St. Louis. This one killed it, 15.25. I sold mine for $600. So, it's not always the same. We had a bit of a bidding war here, probably on the Martin St. Louis, 15.25 on that one. That one performed really well. All right, here's a gorgeous Honored Hopefuls Patrice Bergeron from 2018 Artifacts. Great set. These cards are gorgeous. It's got an acetate finish. Picture doesn't do it quite justice, but these are just great. Look at those patches. Bergeron 111. I think that's a steal. Beautiful card. Raymond Bourque, exquisite auto patch retro design to 2003. Sells for $650. Numbered out of 10 with a great chunky patch. Great bold auto. $650 Canadian on that one. And a Bobby Orr PSA 1. Not a bad looking card. Not a bad looking PSA 1. It's off center as many of them are. This one sells for $3,712. Does have that blemish right there on the word Bruins, but great card. I think good value there as well. Jean Beliveau. These cards were so hot when they came out in 2011 Parker's Champions, the wire photo autos. Now this Beliveau is deceased. He's an all-time great. Sells for only $78, but look at the auto. It was just a little bit too bubbly. That had to have hurt it. Otherwise, this should be at least double the price. Upper Deck exclusives, Nathan McKinnon. This is the renewed, numbered out of 100. Sells for $208. That sounds about right to me. Really fair there. Beautiful card. Super cool. And then we had the notable nameplate from the Cup, Alex Ovechkin. This is the N from his last name, game used right off the back of his jersey. One of the 8 letters here sells for $11.36 US, $15.85 Canadian. That's about what those go for. Here's a Patrick Kane non-autoed limited logos out of 25. Seller was asking $290 Canadian. They end up taking $230. I think that's good value. It's a really cool, logo patch right there. You can see it right on the shoulder as well, what it is. Really, really nice card. Now this one, this is funny. Mario Lemieux, Ultimate Premium patch out of 25. Now the title of this doesn't even say what year it is. It doesn't say game used. Horrible titling here by this seller. Yeah, not that it would have made a difference, who knows, but still, terrible titling. This card sells for $122. I think I saw one at the Expo with $1,000 price tag on it from the same set. I personally also own a copy of this. I'd never sell it for $122. I'll keep it. I'll keep it until I have to sell it for that. Great card. I love the set. Love the year. This is one I should have jumped in on. Marc-Andre Fleury Cup Tribute Auto Patch. Tribute back to 2009's Cup design. Came out in 2017. Grades really well. It's a PSA 9, $370 US, $516 Canadian. I don't have a really cool Marc-Andre Fleury auto patch in my collection. This would have been it because I love tributes, but I didn't make a play. Joseph Stumple. If you don't, some might say who? This guy was awesome in the 90s, guys. He was a point getter in the 90s, played for Boston and LA. And this is the Atomic Refractor out of 100. Sells for $75 US, an absolute steal, I would say. Maybe not a steal, but he's not that popular. But you're probably saying he's not popular at all, Jared. Well, I liked him. I used to pick him in hockey pools, and a cool card. And then to wrap up a non-hockey, Derek Jeter. I love ultimate patches. I just do. And this is a numbers patch out of 35. Cool card, PSA 8, 94 US, 130 Canadian. Some good value in some ultimate cards right there. It was one I was watching. I didn't make a bid, but I just want to see what it would sell for, guys. Anyway, that is it. We are caught up after 2 weeks. Thanks again to Johnny from Mint Inc. for this beautiful Solani auto plaque. Guys, Expo was awesome. What else can I say? We'll be back Saturday night, Sports Cards Live. It will be a bit of an Expo recap, an open forum type episode. We'll have a guest or two coming and going. Come check it out. We'll see you then, everybody. Sorry for this longer version of this show, but wanted to get caught up here and not have a gap. So, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again on Saturday.